Oh, there we go.
Yeah, this is setting up meeting live for YouTube, so I'm just waiting for the bar to finish loading.
All right. There it goes. We're live.
Yes, we should be, yes. Hold on a second. Right, let me pause it on YouTube side because it repeats on the YouTube side of things.
Is there an echo?
I don't know. It
I
hasn't
do
started
hear
playing
one.
on my end yet. It's just doing a circle of doom and gloom still. Ah! Come on, YouTube. Get your knowledge together. There we go. Right, there we go. There we are. We're officially live. Yes.
Oh, we are? Cool.
Yes, we are. Yep. Finally, YouTube decides to get its act together.
Oh, well. That
because YouTube seems to have a habit of doing doom and gloom me lately. I've tried to go live a couple of 3 times, and here we go. The chat
hey, we are live.
Yep, we are live. Yep.
Except I have an echo. Okay.
Let me put that up here, put us over here so I can read the chat at the same time. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. As you can see, I have one excellent, awesome guest that has been a previous guest on here on the channel, the amazing history teacher, history quizzer, the inspired, awesome John is back on the channel. And we're also going to be having a dear friend called the Jamin Show and Yankee's Outdoor Adventures, who we are doing this stream for. He is a very, very special person to me, to John, and to Jamin Show. We've known Yankee for quite a few years now, and a few of us have had the pleasure of getting to talk to him recently and share his experiences and his story. And this stream is to help support him, and hopefully he will be joining us at some point during this stream. But me and John are just going to rock it for now, and hopefully Yankee will join us when he's able to, as well as Joe from the Jamin Show. He'll be joining us very shortly as well. Yep. This is for our dear friend Yankee. I don't know if you guys know, but our dear friend is going through a situation with his health, and we want to try and inspire people to see it in a positive way and to support him. It's something that a lot of you guys have probably experienced or know somebody with. Yankee's actually dealing with cancer right now, and we want to try and put it out in a positive way to support him and, you know, to spread the awareness of it. So I know a lot of you will probably be affected by this, and, you know, we want to try and help you guys to educate yourselves and, you know, support others. So I've got the pleasure of having John with me, and I've not seen John in such a long time. It's actually really nice to have him back on the channel again.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Nice to see old friends, because, you know, it's been a while since any of us have kind of had the chance to collab with everything going on. So
yeah, we all kind of went.
Yes. John, why not talk about your channel and promote yourself? Tell everyone about your channel who doesn't know you.
Well, if you want to see me, you can, I guess.
Oh, come on, John.
All right. You can type in the history buff if you want to. And
John has a fascinating channel about history, everybody. He has done quizzes. Yeah. He talks about certain history topics, and he is very, very technical and knowledgeable. You know, he does it in a fun way as well. And he used to do his history quizzes. It was like, it kind of got you thinking in a different perspective. It was quite interesting how he used to do it.
That was that was sort of the way I started doing it, I think. Now I do more reaction videos, that kind of stuff. But when we did it back in the old days, it was a lot of fun. By the way, real quick, hi to Eli family. Let's see, Rosie Wren. I mean, these are people, I remember some of them.
Yeah. Hey, Josie Wales. Good to see you, bud.
Josie Wales.
Yeah, Josie, he's a good buddy. He's been with us a long time.
I remember him.
Yeah. Bud Files, Thompson RC, good to see you. Hey, Billy, good to see you. Anton. Hey, Moon, Miami, good to see you. Other side. Here's Yankee. He's in the chat. Hey, buddy. Hey. How are you? I hope you're okay. It's good to see you, Yankee. John's explained that you may not be able to talk, so feel free to chat in the chat if you can't go on the panel, but you do have the link in your email if you do want to jump up. I did send it to you earlier.
May I just say one thing? One of the reasons that we're having this stream for, I mean, at least my understanding, correct me if I'm incorrect.
Okay.
Is that Yankee's recently gotten sick, and one, we should bring awareness to it. I think it's very
Absolutely.
important, just as you do very much on your channel about important topics, not only mental health but physical health.
Hmm.
But the healthcare system in the United States is notoriously horrible, and
Yep, same here.
yeah, well, if am I allowed to at least put his PayPal in the chat? Would that be all
Yep,
right?
yep,
If
of
anyone
course.
if anyone feels the need, and we'll tell you a little bit about what's been going on with Yankee, and if he can join us, you
He
know,
says that his voice is terrible. Okay, Yankee, no worries. Yankee, if you want to type in the chat your PayPal and stuff, or one of my moderators can go and get it from Yankee's channel and drop it for me. So then we can pin it at the top of the chat for everyone who doesn't know. Yankee needs a lot of support from us and from the community. And on my channel, that's what I try and do. You know, we try and educate, support, and, you know, guide you to places that will give you that support and knowledge about it, because Yankee is struggling and we need to be, as community, having his back, because Yankee's always been with us, supporting me, having my back, helping me educate people about autism through his channel and through other channels that we've collaborated on. And, you know, he's been like a big brother to me, and it's only fair that, you know, we pay it back to him and support him through a time when he's struggling. So it wasn't because of John and Yankee and other people, I wouldn't be here. These guys have been with me since the beginning. So, you know, these guys have done a lot for me behind the scenes, and, you know, they've stuck by me and understood me when I've had my awkward little meltdowns and
We are
outrageous.
who we are. Hey, you know what? We've all failed and succeeded together and at
Oh yeah.
different times. And one thing that we're never gonna that will never go away is someone says, "Hey, how you doing?" And you go, "Oh, so and so, how have you been? You know,
Yeah.
what are you up to?" So even though we kind of go have kind of gone our own way, the initial community of it is still there,
Yeah, of
and we don't
course.
forget
Yeah.
each other. Like Josie Wales, I remember him from like day one when I started doing
Oh
live
yeah. Josie's been
streams.
with us a long time. Oh
Yep,
yes.
yep.
He's a good
So
buddy. Rosie, it's not so much about me being awesome, but I understand the compliment. You know, it's about helping, because on YouTube, I treat my channel like a family. We're not just subscribers or friends of each other. We're a family. Every time I like do streams or I go into other people's videos or other people's live streams, we're family, because I connect with you and I talk to you in private, and I get to know the real person, and, you know, the person behind the camera and the videos. You know, it's important for me to get to know you guys. So every time I see you guys, I'm excited. I'm like, oh, I get to see another family member who I've not seen, or I get to talk to them. In comes Joe.
yeah. Oh, he's coming in. All right.
Yep,
And the cool thing is we can pick our family members.
absolutely. Heck yeah. You guys are my family, you know. You're my family away from my family. A lot of
We're the
you.
dysfunctional family that you get to see.
Heck yeah. Hey, Joe.
Oh, by the way, guys, don't forget to share this out if you can.
Hey, One This P, Angel. Good to see you, Kid Wonder. Good to see you. Yankee's now downloading Zoom. He's going to try and join us for a few minutes. Okay, Yankee,
Very
no
cool.
worries.
So, you know, just a quick thing while Joe's joining us. Yankee, I've been chatting with him for a long time now. Not a long time. I don't want to say that. We've always chatted, but
Yeah.
it came around full circle about maybe 2 or 3 months ago, maybe 2 months ago. And he was concerned he was having these headaches.
Yeah.
They were debilitating, and that's kind of what started the whole thing with him. But I'll let him talk about it. But this is about what he's going through with cancer in stage 4.
Absolutely.
And it's what a horrible. I hate to say a horrible way to find out, but I think through the conversations, what you might find, I don't want to speak for him, but a lot of people, what he was saying to me is, a lot of people, when they get like stage 4 cancer, is they kind of know it's coming, and
Yeah.
and they have it. When it came to Yankee, it was thrust on him, just like, you have
Hey,
these headaches,
Shani.
and all of a sudden it was like, wait a minute, you might have cancer, and then it's stage 4. So for all the fun, and we love Yankee. I really love Yankee. He's just like every other human being. He's trying to process what's going on with him right now, and he started some chemo, and it's a tough thing.
It is tough, like I said earlier to you, John, stage 4 is tough. I've had family relatives who have had stage 4, and it's difficult because you don't know what to say or if to say anything, and it's the way that you support that person through the most hardest time of their life, and you get to see the struggle, you get to see the lack of sleep, and like my aunt is the hair fall now, it was the extreme exhaustion all the time. Hey Joe.
What's up, Joe?
I think I figured it out. Hi guys.
Hello. Good to see you, bro.
I've never done a Zoom before, so
not even like through the pandemic and trying to get
yeah, this is how I managed to use Zoom, because
Skype
a lot of it
and all the other ones. Zoom was not the one.
Oh.
Yeah, I brought this Zoom because I was having to do autism meetings, obviously from home, and having to do a lot of trainings on the computer screen. And I was like, you know what? Instead of keep having to download Zoom every time for a meeting or getting sent a link, I was like, I'll just buy the damn thing and then I can just use it for streaming. So I was like, oh, whatever. So I just bought the Pro package. It's like $20 a month or something that I pay for it. But
my God, I'm so cheap. I would never pay for that.
Which means I can stream unlimited hours and stuff, so it's fine.
Every meeting I'm like, does anyone know what the free version of StreamYard is? If I send you a link, and everyone's like, what? What's a StreamYard?
Yeah, I was trying to use StreamYard. That used to agitate me. I'm like, but Zoom is so much more better.
Save me a dime. Yep.
That's right. You
hey,
got
Josie.
Kids, you save yourself some money.
Okay, Yankee, no worries. We'll wait for you. No worries. Yankee, if you want to kind of explain your story in the chat, or if you want to give John or Joe permission to talk about it, then we can best support you and, make the stream as more educational as we can. And, I only know very little for myself, so I'm kind of basing it off what I've learned about it.
Maybe, one thing would be are there questions for Yankee? I think it's okay to say that, I think I mentioned how he found out, and then we all kind of got together.
Yeah.
I started catching up with you guys kind of like a month afterwards. Yankee and I going back and forth. I didn't know how to process it myself, which is embarrassing to say because you should be there for someone, but it was a little weird. If you have any questions, he can
guys,
them.
if you have any questions for Yankee in the chat, please put them in the chat. I'm happy to more than read them and try and get Yankee to answer them in the chat if he wants to type the answers out. And cancer affects everybody. It's not just Yankee, but it's his friends. Everybody probably on here that I know of has had someone who's had cancer or has recovered from it. I currently have a relative myself who has it. My stepfather is actually in remission right now for the second time in 6 years. So it's kind of been a bit of a big issue with myself personally. And so I know the frustrations and some of the questions that I've had. I'm just like, my stepdad amazes me. He's like laughing and joking about it. It's like, well, I'm still here, aren't I? He goes, I'm not sick. I'm not in hospital, am I? I'm like, no, but still, it kind of haunts me. I'm like, well, what about things change? He goes, well, right now I'm good. So I have to keep going, okay, he's fine. But in the back of my head, I'm like, this is little niggle. I'm like, what do I do? So I can kind of understand it from my perspective a little bit more. But
yeah.
Hey, Floki, good to see you.
Yeah, well, and so what Yankee's going through right now is chemo. He's going through, I guess, my understanding is 3 different sets of chemo. He finished the first one. Hey, how are you?
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, Gemma.
Hi.
And that's John. Say hi to John.
Hi, I'm John. How you doing?
Sorry for the interruption.
Oh, you're fine. No
Kids
worries. I
are
know you
never
have
an
the
interruption.
kiddies there. It's fine.
When the kids aren't mine, they're never an interruption.
I'm used to kids. I have my nephew here a lot, so I have a big toy box.
Are we live right now?
Oh,
yes, we are. Yep.
Awesome. I was watching the stream, but I didn't see it, so I didn't.
Yeah, we've been live for nearly 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I went live bang technically 18 minutes ago. I went live like 2 minutes late, but oh well.
We all have, we are live, so that's the key thing.
Yeah, everyone, if you can ask Yankee some questions, he just put in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer questions. So if you've got some questions for him or any thoughts that you might have about it, because obviously this is a very difficult topic for people, and obviously, you know, I want to make sure we don't touch sensitive boundaries, or I'm trying to be very respectful of it, because it's something that I haven't really talked about on this channel before. I've mentioned it briefly in the past, but I've not really touched on it until now. So
yeah, and you know what, Yankee's like a really, despite all the silliness that he and I have gone through throughout the years, doing the craziest things, he's still one of the I consider him a founding member, or at least one of the first, like, what I would call big YouTubers when I came on here. And he's always been a friend, no matter what, bad times, good times. And it's, I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm sure Yankee talks about it a lot, and he's okay for the questions. He said it right there in the chat.
Yeah, he just said it. Yeah.
I gotta say, selfishly, I have a hard time with it, and you know, that's the emotion that I'm going through with it.
Yeah, I think this is the thing that I felt. Like I said to Joe earlier, you know, it's how do we process something that is a shock to not just Yankee and how he's feeling and his family, but also it's the people that are attached to him and are close to him, and you know, having to go through multiple emotions. I can't imagine the emotions that obviously that other people are going through. But for me, when Joe told me the other day, I was like, I kind of just said to him, I went, what? And then I'm like, I remember sitting here after the phone call, I'm like going, what do I do now? What was that about? And I'm having to sit and go,
well, yeah, you don't expect it to happen. Like, you don't expect, I mean, he didn't expect it to happen.
No, not at all. You know, this is how we do to support each other. This is what family does. You know, we support each other. We go through the process together, and this is what we do for someone that we care about. Yankee, like I said earlier, Yankee is someone that's been around with us since the beginning, and you know, he's supported me through my mission of awareness, and you know, tried to educate people. And now it's my turn to educate people about him and help him, because you know, it's full circle. Yep. He's been with us a long time, and here he is talking of the man, the legend himself.
Is he coming on?
Yeah, I just allowed him into the stream. I'm waiting for him to connect to his audio.
Good, because I was just going to say, he wrote in the chat that there are 3 rounds of chemotherapy each set, and that he's on his second set today. So I think it's 3 rounds of 3 days.
Okay, yeah, my understanding. Can you hear us?
There he is.
Hey, how you doing? You can't hear? Okay.
I don't know why his audio hasn't connected, I don't think.
I was having a similar issue. He might have to mess with it a little bit.
No, Yankee will figure anything out.
Yeah, it says he's reconnecting, so his audio wasn't connected.
So yeah, and Yankee you can't hear?
We still can't hear you, buddy. It says when you go to connect to audio, it keeps saying the cross on the front. You need to reconnect to the audio again. Hey, Keaton. Hey,
what was
Annie.
that, J-Dad?
That means connect.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking.
I don't know. I don't know signs. I'm trying.
You know, man, just like get a cord.
Hey, Annie, based in Toyland. I did see you.
I'll think before I act next time.
No, we can't hear you, Yankee. Your audio is not connected, buddy.
Maybe take the earbuds out and turn them off, and then put your finger in your no.
Hey, Julianne.
Sometimes the old-fashioned way to do it's probably the best, when you just talk right into a speaker or the video.
He's looking confused. Oh dear.
Yeah. But if there's anyone that will figure it out, it's him.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get used to Zoom too. It took me a couple of months to figure it out. I'm like, what am I doing?
Here, I'm gonna write a message to him.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate you being a part of this, John, and Gemma. Thank you for getting this all together. I think this is a wonderful thing. I think this is a way for us to help take control of something we're out of control of.
Yes.
Take your time. You're okay.
You're okay, Yankee. No worries.
You got it, Joe. It's good to see you again, by the way.
Technically, this was Joe's idea because he messaged me and said, "How about we do a stream for Yankee?" And I was like, "Okay." So it's kind of Joe kind of motivating me to go, "Shall we do something?" I'm like, "Yeah, what?"
Well, I mean, I was kind of like John. I didn't want to talk about it either, but the more that Yankee was talking about it, the more comfortable I felt about it. And then it kind of, when he shared it publicly, I was like, "Okay, good. I'm not wearing this all by myself now."
Right. You're not carrying it on your shoulders.
Yeah.
And as much as I love Yankee, it was just something that was there that I knew that I needed to share. And I wish we could have done this just that day one, but it is what it is, and you got to take your time.
Yankee's now coming back. I just readmitted him to the waiting room, so he should be reconnected to his audio. But of course we're going to do something like this for Yankee. It was the right thing to do, and I wanted to do something to show support and my understanding of it. And we're a family, like I said to John earlier, we're a family on this channel, and that's what family does. We stick together, we help each other regardless of the situation, and that's what I try and do on my channel. I would do it for any of my people I consider family on here. If they need help, if they need support, then of course I'm going to jump in and do it.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird. It's like I don't know. It's there he is.
Yankee, hey buddy.
How you doing? You okay? All right. You can hear us. And then when you talk, it will have to be a little more quiet.
Yeah, no worries. Oh good. It's good to see you. Love you, Yankee.
And apparently this means connect.
Yeah, this is connect.
J-Dad just, I don't know. It's either that or he's hitting on you. I don't know what to tell you, man.
And I was doing the love heart.
Yeah. Oh, there
love heart, Yankee. Guys, please put some questions in the chat for Yankee. We're here to support the legend himself, the legend that's on the screen there. As you can see, he is one of the most big founders on the YouTube community. He's always had our backs for people, and he's very respectable, and I respect him. I admire him. He's been nothing but a gent to me and many people in this community. So,
did you say respectable?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Yes, sometimes.
Well, people may disagree with me, Yankee. That's absolutely fine. I don't mind that. I don't mind a bit of banter and a bit of people disagree with me. They're going to disagree with me. So, not everyone's going to agree with my topics.
He may be delightfully disrespectful sometimes, but it's always in good fun.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's such a pleasure to see you, Yankee. I really appreciate you coming on and seeing everybody.
Oof.
Oh, it's good to see that smile.
How do you like the air on top of your head now?
All right.
It's all right. Yeah. I should probably turn this down.
I used to shave it.
I must say, Yankee, you do look really good bald. I must say, it does suit you.
We should send him wax so he can wax the top of it.
We should send him a Dolly Parton.
I personally think it makes him look like a rock star. It's like he's got the rock star shave. It suits him.
Stars are in her 60s.
You know what? You look like Vin Diesel's dad.
Hey Thomas, good to see you, bud. How are you? This guy just deserves so much support, and like I said, he's one of the founders of the community, and he's very knowledgeable on things, and he supported me for a long time. And if he can support me and my wacky personality, then it comes full circle, and it's time to support someone who needs support back. And that's why we're doing the stream, to educate people and support someone that's very special to a lot of people on here, especially myself. So I know John and Joe feel the same way, so it's good to support someone. Hey, Cindy, how are you?
Joe, you've known Yankee longer than I have.
I believe so. I got
Yeah.
acquainted with Yankee through Jungle Jay's Adventures.
Oh, that far back.
Yeah.
That was black and white YouTube.
It was still around the same time era, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
It was like same summer.
Yeah.
He's the-
same
Yeah.
summer.
Was he the guy from Florida?
Jungle Jay. Yeah.
Yeah, my brain's still working. Okay. All right. Yeah. I don't know. I always found Yankee to be, larger than life. He's still larger than life. I mean, to me, it hasn't changed.
Hey. Me? I'm on a live stream right now. You need to be quiet.
Yankee. You joker. No,
I
Yankee
love
was-
that. I
Oh,
felt that
gosh.
because I think I did that yesterday. You need to be quiet.
Not at all. You guys are as much as part of this stream as what I am, and everyone in the chat, Guys, if one of my moderators can do me a big favor, please, and put Inspired John's and Yankee's YouTube channel links in my chat for me. That would mean a lot. And also, if someone could drop Yankee's PayPal link,
I've been
and
dropping
then
his
I
PayPal.
can get that pinned and get Yankees support. Guys, please, if you're able to, once this PayPal link has been dropped, if you can, it would be nice to send Yankee some donations, and he could really do with the support right now, and especially what he's going through. I'd really like to make his day, make it a little bit more easier on him. He needs help and support, and that's what we do as a family here on my channel. We do help support channels, and that's what I've always done and what I'll continue to do. And as Joe says to me, I'm the Jean Grey X-Men, so I'm being an X-Men mood. I'm trying to boss it and hopefully help some people. Hey Trevor, what's up, bud? Good to see you.
So Yankee, what let's see. I know a lot of answers to questions that I think people might ask, and I don't want you to, I guess, talk too much, but would you be willing to tell people how you found out about this? I did mention a little bit of it, but
Really, you were explaining it earlier, and you did a great job. I had these cluster headaches that were making me violently ill every morning, to the point to where I had to go to the doctor, get checked.
right.
Long story short, they never did figure out why I was having headaches. They got them under control and discovered that I had stage 4 cancer that had spread to my liver and my kidneys. At the time, early on, we were thinking maybe it was in my brain too, because of the headaches. But the headaches just turned out to be a gift. As weird as that sounds, because if it wasn't for the headaches, they wouldn't have started treating me. My cancer had already spread to stage 4. Those people would have been getting some type of treatment already by the time you reach my stage. So it's weird.
Sort of serendipitous in a lousy way, but yeah. So yeah,
Don't ignore your body. Don't ignore your body, because you never know what it's trying to tell you. That's what I can say.
yeah. I think that's
Hey Jen, hey Nate, good to see you.
he and I have talked about this a number of times. Hey Jen, and by the way, hi story of Dory. I haven't seen you in so long.
Yeah, Thomas is a good buddy.
Is it Thomas?
Yeah,
That's
his name's Thomas. Yeah,
Oh, I would never have known.
he's a good buddy. Yeah, Story Dory's called Thomas. He's been with me years. He's a good buddy.
Oh, I always thought that was quite interesting that when Yankee and I talked, we don't talk often, but I heard when he was having the headaches, he was just saying, I can't, no food, no, things weren't staying down. And then when he went to get checked out, that ended up, even though it was, I guess my understanding is a pretty debilitating headaches, to be sure, right? If they hadn't have checked for,
Hey,
you haven't
Samantha.
gone to the hospital for that thing, you would have no idea that there was even cancer in it, in you. So that then became the big thing. So when you say listen to your body, that's like, wow, that's the most honest advice.
And it's, I don't wish it on anybody because it's a head trip for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't imagine how difficult it's been for you to having to adjust. And go through it.
You gotta know me a little bit and know that I got a weird sense of humor because the very first time I posted anything about me having cancer was a Deadpool post.
That's right.
Hey, Tinky Winky. And for the chat, I'm not laughing at Yankee when he says about having a twisted sense of humor. I'm laughing because it's funny. I'm not laughing to insult him, just to let the chat know in case you think I'm being rude.
Well, and it's true.
It's very true. Me and that people hitting me up like, what was that about? And I was like, oh, that's about me.
Yankee always has a funny way of saying things. He makes me laugh.
Trying to get cancer. At least you got the next day I got the same cancer as Deadpool.
Yeah. That's Yankee. That was awesome. The way to tell everybody you have cancer is to throw up a Deadpool meme about cancer.
Yeah, that's kind of how Joe helped explain it to me. Like he phoned me on Instagram and kind of explained it that way, and I was like, okay, that's kind of a different way of finding out.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It's me though.
Yeah, it's 100% Yankee way to tell people.
Yeah, I figured I'd figure out that much. Yeah. It's kind of a nice way to find out though, because like with Joe, he was very good about supporting me about it. He was like, Yankee's not very well, and he kind of supported me. And when I watched that video, I was just like, okay, so it's kind of like a superpower way, like you're fighting against something that's like a superpower, and you're having to see the funny side of it, and that kind of helped me to feel less upset about it in a way. Because I was like, oh, Yankee seems to think like this is funny, and like he's trying to laugh about it. And I was like, okay, if Yankee finds it funny, then I guess I have to.
Well,
I think it's his way of letting everyone's guard down, knowing that he's still him. It's okay, in a way. Yeah, talk to me, basically, right? Is that right?
Yeah. Samantha in the chat says that her mum's had mouth cancer. Her mum had to have half her jawbone removed and reconstructive surgery involving skin graft. Yeah, ouch, I'm sorry, Samantha. I can't imagine how hard that's been. Yeah, ouch, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I have to admit, it was a little weird clicking like on Yankee's meme, because when somebody says they have stage 4 cancer and you click like on it and you're like, oh, why do people, what am I liking about this? It's the meme. It's not the cancer. It's the meme. Like,
yeah, I actually clicked like on the meme too, and I'm like,
but you don't think about it until after you click.
And
you're like, who am I just clicking like on cancer? I hope he knows. He knows. Like,
yeah. I kind of felt weird myself doing that, because when I watched the video, I was like, and I clicked the like straight afterwards. I was like, why did I just like this? Like, what?
He really, I don't know that there's a lot of things in that movie that actually do hit home if you're a victim of cancer in that way. Like the very early on, when he was his girlfriend was talking about all the things they could do to fix him.
Okay.
And his response was, all he could think about was the first time he ever seen her. And I could still feel that my loved ones like, we could fix this. We could fix this. And I was just somewhere else. Uh, I don't know. I guess it's harder to explain, and not have it always makes it difficult.
No, I think you're talking about like that you were in just sort of trying to in another area, and everyone went right to marching orders. This is what we've got to do. This is how it's got to happen. And you're kind of like when Deadpool had the arrow through his head or the thing through his head, and he's like, and he's just kind of, in a daze, like, is this really happening?
Right.
Not to make light of it, but I mean, I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
Definitely.
I think another thing we need to recognize is that when someone in your family or friend is going through cancer, it's about the way that you communicate with them. I think because a lot of people, especially from my own perspective, have dealing with two people in my family who have had it, one that's in remission and one that passed away. But, it's how you say things and how you come across, because I know when I first dealt with it with my aunt, I was very, very horrible. I was very selfish about it. I was like, oh well, you're just gonna leave me and you're gonna leave me upset, and this sucks, this isn't fair. And now I'm like, what the hell's your problem, Gemma? Like, why the hell are you so horrible? And now I'm like, no, Gemma, that's not the attitude, because I need to be there to support my friend and support people instead of jumping the gun thinking it's not about you, it's about that person. Needs to be a bit more considerate. So I'm trying to do that with Yankee, to try and be like, Gemma, come on, it's your family, it's your friend, you need to be here, be a bit more supportive. And if we can educate ourselves better and be less judgmental about cancer, about any physical health issue, then we'll be better off in a better world, I think, because people tend to be too frightened of it.
Yeah, it's scary to be sure. I don't know, J-Dad, did you want
to? I've had a lot of experience with cancer, and a lot of, not personally, but people around me with cancer. And one of the things that I've learned from them is you have to take the power out of the word, take the venom away from it. You could say the word cancer. We are powerful. It is powerless. I mean, in a way, that's one of the things that I've seen and heard and trying to reflect as well. And it's difficult because I personally believe we can use humor as a medicine and a weapon at the same time. And I think Yankee agrees with that too. And that's kind of why he segued into this whole topic with some humor, because he wanted to break it to us as gently as possible. And at the same time, me and Gemma are crying in the background, but we're laughing through the tears. So,
Yeah.
And
no, I'm just an emotional person. I can't help it.
No, it's all right. There's a lot of tears all the way around.
Hey, Scrapper Wolf, Ben Henry, good to see you.
It was very emotional, and to mention earlier on, I was incredibly sick, guys. I couldn't get out of bed for days on end. I was spending more time in the hospital ER. Hotel. I was really sick. Right now, I started my second round. Loaded. It went well. It was a long one. 6 hours total. It was long.
Yeah.
Samantha, it's not that we're not allowed to have humor, but it depends the way that the humor's done, because especially with a topic like this, I want to try and be very careful of coming across like if I'm laughing at somebody or laughing about something, because this is a very serious topic and very serious awareness raising of it. And humor is essential, that's been my mechanism, like music, humor, like especially the last few days, I've been trying to make myself laugh and watch things that are funny, but there's a time and place for it. And, I try to be considerate and careful that I don't cross boundaries, and, it's not a funny subject. So.
No, that's a good point, because here I am, I'm laughing because Yankee and I were having a chat, but we kind of stayed off the topic. So we were in that sort of other mode a little earlier. It's no disrespect for anybody else. everybody, we all have our own ways of looking at things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, but
I just wanted to make sure that I do Yankee proud, and anyone else that might be going through the cancer situation, and going through it myself personally with my stepdad. I know how tough it's been for my mum and people on my side of the family, and I'm like, so for me it's like, oh, okay, I kind of use this as a way to do education for Yankee and my stepdad at the same time. I'm like, I have to be strong. I have no choice. I have to be there to support my family. They need me. They need me to be positive. So I'm focused. I get myself into work and into focus going. I'm like, let's focus, Gemma. Get your head down. And I just use it as a way to educate.
11 weeks ago, even though I had, so I would be lying to you if I said I am done dealing with this, because this is all very new still to me.
Yeah.
how's the process?
I feel different about it every day. There's a lot.
Yeah.
I must say, Yankee, from my perspective, you're doing amazingly well, and to be so brave as you are right now and being so open and, honest with your situation, because a lot of people, would be scared, and I have to give you credit. I don't think if this was me in this position, I would not be able to do this, but that's just what my perspective is.
I think Yankee was telling me before, and I think this is what he might want to talk about, is he was saying each day it's a different sort of emotional feeling for him. This is what we were talking about, a little while back, but I wouldn't get the humor confused with being scared, because it's still very scary.
Yeah.
That's tough. Yankee Yankee Radio, you're not wrong in saying he has that's a
right?
good radio commercial voice.
I could see,
He used to do a lot of radio.
Oh.
Back in the day.
Joe, do you want me to read this now?
Yeah, go ahead. Or if do your best pronouncing his name, but go for it.
Well, Joe, you can always pronounce the name part, because I've tried learning it today and I still can't get my head around it.
I believe it's Maxqualen.
Okay, Yankee, we've got Joe and me, well, mostly Joe, but we've collaborated on a poem for you. We wanted to read it to you. This is written by Joe, but he asked me to read it on behalf of him. So it says, in the realm of wisdom, a leader does emerge. Yankee guiding with his surge, Native American pride from Lenape's sacred land, uplifting the community with an outstretched hand. With knowledge as his weapon, he imparts with grace. Yankee shining in every space, YouTube's voice echoes, inspiring hearts with might. A mentor, true and loyal, guiding through the night. From Lenape's tribe to the digital frontier, Yankee, a friend we hold dear, educating, leading, his passion unsurpassed. Enlightening minds, making moments forever last. In the mysteries untold, when nature's secrets unfold, adventures with Yankee, so bold. Join him in the journey, uncovering tales anew, as he explores the wonders, revealing what is true. Yankee, the YouTube shore, uniting, guiding with knowledge to the core. Share the message, let the inspiration thrive. With Yankee by our side, the spirit will survive.
That was awesome.
That was written by Joe. He asked me to read it.
That was awesome.
That's excellent, Joe.
I want it in a box so I can hang it up. I want to send it to me and so I can print it. Hang it, please.
And we do have one. We do have one. Where is?
We didn't want John to be left out. I made one for John too.
Yes.
What?
Yep, I wrote one
John-
for John.
Yes. I'm trying to
don't
find
have
it
it.
now.
I didn't want you to get all teary-eyed on me thinking I left you out. So don't worry, you're covered.
By the way, did you send it to our private chat or the group? I can't remember.
I will see if I can find it and I'll post it in the group.
Okay, I thought
I'm just mentally not well. I thought this was a cancer stream.
Hold on, let me scan up and try and find it on my side of things. I think you did post it in the group, but there's been so many messages and now I've forgotten.
Joe, that was amazing. This is a really beautiful poem.
Yeah, Joe worked on that really well. Because he was going to read it, and then he asked me to, so I was like, okay.
I don't know if I can find the one for John, but I know I wrote one.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find it now in my.
Check your hate mail folder.
No, it's in our Instagram thing. I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
Oh, I got it.
Send it into the group for me so I can read it.
Yeah. I think this is it. Okay, boom. Here you go.
Got it. Here we go, John. This is for you. This is from Joe. In the realm of laughter and historical lore, there's a friend named John we all adore. With wit and wisdom, he never fails to amuse, a maestro of humor, leaving us bemused. In the depths of history, his knowledge thrives, unearthing tales that make our minds thrive. From ancient civilizations to forgotten lore, John's insights leave us craving for more. As a YouTube creator, he spreads joy and cheer through laughter and lightheartedness and crystal clear. His video inspires and brighten up the day, a comedic genius light in the darkest way. And let us not forget his feathered friends, for he's also the raiser of ducks, the trendsetter that never ends. With quacks and waddles, they bring delight. Waddles, no, waddles. Sorry, my pronunciation sucks. They bring delight. John's duck adventures a heartwarming sight. So here's to John, the clever and kind friend with a radiant and brilliant mind. May his humor continue to ignite, spreading laughter with its contagious light.
Thank you. That's very sweet. That's very thoughtful. I don't know how to respond to that.
Do
Your smile's all I need.
Joe wrote them, but he asked me to read them, so that Joe worked.
What was that?
I was reading Josie Wales. Listen to your body.
Oh, I'm
waiting. Yeah, he's posting what Yankee just said about listening to our bodies. Yeah, Josie, this is what we all need to do. You know, I didn't listen to my body with regards to my recent carpal tunnel that I had done until about 6 months. I'd had pain and I was like, oh, it'll go away. I've just probably banged my arm or whatever, didn't really think about it. And then I started losing function in my neck and I was limping everywhere and my head was dropping. I'm like, okay. And then back in January, I ended up having the operation, having my carpal tunnel muscle removed because I lost the whole function of my arm for 6 months.
Oof.
So yeah, that wasn't great. Gemma should listen when she had pain. I didn't. So yeah.
I'm wondering why I don't know John. That's I don't know how to respond to the
John.
What's that?
Like the first thing came to my mind when I read that.
What was the first thing in your mind? I missed that.
That comment you just read. I read it also.
Thank you, Joe. Oh, from you too. Yeah.
You think the reply was?
I know you listen in the background, Yankee. I've known you long enough to know that you lurk and listen in the background many a time. I know you've learned many of my streams because I've got messages from you going, Gemma, I'm in the background. I'm like, yeah, I know you are.
I just wondered if John was on the same page.
Yeah, I'm in the chat. I didn't know how else to say it, I guess.
I need to go.
Does it?
John.
A lot of people don't. I don't know. I
I'll just say because you don't know shit.
Oh, You know a lot more than what you
Yeah,
know a
Joe,
lot more
you're
stuff
kind
than
of
what
full
you
of
read
it.
on, Yankee.
Joe, that actually.
Sorry, Samantha. Or Samantha, right?
You know a lot more than what us guys will ever know, Yankee. Like your knowledge is
Yankees knowledge is a runaway train sometimes. You just hang on and you'll
yeah.
get to
I
wherever
describe
it's
that
gonna
about my
go.
brain pretty much. I tend to go on tangents and
Okay, for the old timers that are here, I say old timers, like people who have been with us for 3 or 4 years. Does anybody remember the how to say Yankees native name challenge?
oh yeah, I remember that.
Did anyone apply that's in here? Did anyone? It was there was a $50 gift card.
Hey Josh.
I think it was $50 Amazon gift card to the person who got closest to saying Yankee's native name. His name is not Yankee. His name is. Do you know how to say it, Joe?
Maxim McQuaylen Pequot or something. Did I botcher it? It's been a while since I've heard it said.
I hear it in my head.
I need to hear it. If I hear it, I can repeat it. I'm just calling Deadpool a Yankee.
So for those of you who don't know Yankee's part of the Lenape clan, Turtle Clan of the Lenape Indians, and he does have a Native American name, and it's not like Tom or Joe or Gemma or anything like that. It is. You want to give it a try, Gemma?
No, I couldn't even do it when Joe tried to teach me. I was like, I still don't get it.
Like this, I can barely say it.
I'll give it a
voice like this. I can say it.
You can.
Mahalo and
Osapequenut. Is that right?
Okay.
Okay.
It sounds like the owners put a bunch of alphabet soup together.
Alphabet soup.
It's a sound, not the first thing they get.
That's why I just called him Yankee, my brother, because I'm like, there's no way I can pronounce his name. I've tried to learn it and miserably failed.
So I did my best.
That's right. You
Joe has tried teaching me for years how to say it, and I still can't.
I'm the worst teacher. If I can't say it right, then you're not getting led the right way.
What is that?
Josie says he doesn't remember the challenge, but he can say it. Josie can actually say Yankee's native name.
I believe Josie. I want to say he did apply for the challenge. I think it was him. I'm not 100% sure.
I thought he was one of the guys that applied for sure.
I thought so too. And that's, by the way, that's why we call him Yankee, because we can say that.
Samantha is saying, can we see Yankee's native name typed in the chat? She's asking for someone to type his native name in the chat.
Type in the chat.
Can you type it in the chat, Yankee? Wonder. Let me see if this thing still remembers if I speak it in there. Mahaloen Osapequenut.
Mahaloen Osapequenut.
Nope. It said Mississippi.
You guys got it in there now.
Yeah, I got it in the Zoom private chat. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, absolutely, Samantha. It's fascinating to hear, Yankee's story and the stories that he's told on his channel about the tribe and the artifacts that he's shown. Like, that's one of the things that got me hooked onto his channel, because when I first went on there, I think it was one of the first ever walks that he'd done or hikes that he was doing by the creek. I remember going into his chat and said, you're walking by the river. And he looked at me on the stream and goes, Gemma. And I'm like, oh, what they say? And I'm like, oh, you guys don't call it we call what you call a creek, we call a river. And I remember Yankee's face just looking at me in the stream going, I'm like, oh, duh. I had a duh moment. I'm like, oh, okay, British, duh, obviously, totally different thing.
Well, we say creek here too, referring to a very small river. Right?
Okay.
So you're not far off. You're just across the pond.
Or where you're from, we say crick.
Crick.
Yeah, crick's a word that's used. Yeah.
One more time, Yankee. I'm
It's
sorry.
like you guys call things like you call what we call the sea, you call the ocean. So for me, I'm like, every time I've heard you guys say the ocean, I'm like, oh, okay. Because before I'd be like, no, it's the sea. And you guys are like, no, it's the ocean. I'm like,
Same thing.
okay.
Come on.
Hey, Clint.
You kind of cut out there, Yankee.
I said you could also refer to a creek, a stream, or a brook.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Samantha, we go up the creek when we're in trouble. Whereas I'm not going to say the actual phrase that's said because YouTube will get me in trouble. But yeah.
Oh, will they?
Yeah, because it's basically I don't care. I'm going to risk it anyway. But basically, when we're in trouble, the British people, we say here, we're up shit creek.
Yeah. There you go.
And there's certain people that have said to me, be careful about using certain language, but that's what she meant by saying the creek when we're in trouble. So, yes, I know.
So usually if you're up that creek, you're up there without
a paddle. Oh, God.
Oh, Yankee, oh, my days. Oh, that's
true,
so
though. It's true, though. It's only one part of the joke.
Oh, I needed to laugh so much. Oh, my gosh. Oh, wow.
It was drawn to Yankee's channel.
Yeah, Josie.
Josie says, I was drawn to Yankee's channel because he was being genuine and yet he's funny. Absolutely. That's another thing that a lot of people are, like myself, got drawn to Yankee because, he's very honest and he shows us where he goes on his hikes and he tries to educate people about his native tribe and the artifacts that he was talking about. And I've learned a lot from him, how to be a bit more open-minded and, learn about different backgrounds and cultures. And it's fascinating because he does it in such a way that you think, oh, I get that. I can understand that. I used to sit here and write notes in my notepad. I'll be sitting here in my little diary writing notes when he was talking. I'm like, I need to remember that. So I'd actually sit here and write it down. I actually do my diary in my bedroom with some of the notes that I wrote down from his streams. I look back and I go, oh, wow, Gemma, I had no clue.
Yeah. And, he would go for these really great nature walks where the sun would come down and that would end the stream. Do you remember that, man?
Sunset.
The sunset stream?
Sunset Live.
Sunset Live. That was it. And, all it was a live stream, where Yankee lives, if I may, where Yankee lives, it's cornfields. All right. And in the autumn, which is a great time, the corn is cut down and you can just see the sun to go right sink into the cornfield. Yeah. Just for miles, right? And so
looking out at the ocean.
Yeah, exactly. It's like looking out at the ocean. And so it would end and we'd all wait and wait. You see this thing going like this.
Thank you, Joe, for putting Yankee's PayPal link. I have just pinned Yankee's PayPal link to the top of the chat. So, guys, if you can donate or you feel led to donate, I have just pinned Yankee's PayPal link at the top of the chat, so it's easy to find for you guys if you're able to. So it's been pinned at the top.
It's actually mostly for medication, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yankee was actually, and that's the reason I would say if you have the urge to do something, it's the price of medication that in the United States is, well, we have a tough system. It's different from other places. And when you're Yankee and you don't, you're outside all the time, you don't take Tylenol. He doesn't, he's outside in nature. I'm sure this was not a thought in your head that you would ever have anything wrong with you. You would walk for miles all the time, living outside, and now you've got to take all this medication. And if I may, we were talking about it, and the prices are just astronomical. It's not something you can prepare for.
And then I really wanted my voice to be better to articulate all this. you gotta argue with the insurance company to even get a portion of the medical paid for.
Với là tao. Tao phải mẹ. Sao tao?
Now, a week later, that bill won't work for you. So you gotta throw them away.
Yeah.
Start with you pay for them. Nobody gives you them back.
That's right.
You know, there's not a trade back for something. It's like they've done this to me so many times.
Right.
It's funny.
So if I may just to say it a little louder, what you were saying.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. So what happens is when you have cancer or other very heavy issues, you can get medications. However, when they should last for a certain period of time, they'll write you a prescription for them. But if you don't have your insurance to cover it, it comes out of pocket. Or as Yankee was saying, you actually have to wait for the insurance to say that they're going to cover the medication. And sometimes by the time they say, okay, one of two things might happen. One, you don't need the medication anymore, and the doctors tell you don't bother with that. And then you've got a really expensive medication that you've just busted your butt trying to argue with the medication with, or the insurance with.
Or you paid out of pocket.
Or you've already paid out of pocket because you need it. And then I think one of the things you were telling me was like there was a medication you should be taking every day, but you could only get 3 of them.
Yeah.
That's all they would cover. And the rest of them are hundreds of dollars. And it's a problem because you're always a day late. And so, when we thought we were having the live stream, I was trying to think like, how do you ask somebody to donate to someone with the for the PayPal account? How do you ask for that? And the bottom line is that daily medication here in the United States, your typical healthcare, it just doesn't cover it. And every dollar is just a little more to get them back going.
We have certain things here that cover certain medications, especially recently, since the whole pandemic thing, especially for cancer patients, because unfortunately cancer patients were one of the more vulnerable groups who are often forgotten about, and now they've actually started up what they call a cancer fund, and for patients who are either already diagnosed or are newly diagnosed on the pathway of cancer, it's either funded by local charities or what we call the NHS here, the National Health Service, tend to give cancer patients free medications or treatment because they're seen as a medical priority. Whereas if you are on the other side of it, where you're working and you're not entitled to the benefits of the free side of it, then like Yankee and you said, John, it's a case of waiting game because you can pay out of pocket and it is really expensive here. The cancer medications are a complete and utter rip off. My stepdad's paying for his, and the bills every month I see when he has to go back and get refills of his meds. I'm just like, how the hell are they expected to afford this? It's unreasonable.
It is.
So it's not too different here in the UK either. It's a waiting game for most medications.
Yeah, and I think other people have the benefit of knowing that they're going to have this chemo happen to them. I think Yankee, you can correct me, but if I'm wrong, there really isn't a whole lot of time. There wasn't a whole lot of time for him to prepare for this, for you to prepare.
I mean, the doctors are pretty compassionate about that. They pointed out, that most people, by the time you reach where I'm at, you've already been dealing with ugly cancer for, for
A
a whole
year,
year,
right?
at least a year. I mean, I'm 10 weeks, not even 10 weeks. I'm like 6 weeks of knowing that I have stage 4 cancer.
Yeah.
6 weeks of knowing I have cancer, which is dead.
Yeah.
And in stage 4, it's already in. It's already in my kidney. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty.
It's a punch in the gut. Yeah.
Well, this is just to educate people. And Samantha, I understand. We're doing this to support Yankee and get the awareness out there and education, because this is a very touchy topic. And some people have asked me in the past to talk about cancer and things. I've always held off on it and gone, I'm not sure if I should do it because I've only had limited experience with it. And when Joe approached me and said, Yankee needs us, he needs his family, he needs his friends, and I was like, you know what, I'm not holding off no more. I'll do the stream and help him out and support him, because I felt it's the right time. But I've been approached about 3 or 4 times talking about this, and I've always been like, nope, because I was too scared to touch on it. Whereas now I'm like, time is time. So I'm happy to let Yankee have his voice, and you guys are here to help support him as well as what I am. So it's important that we do it in a way that's going to help Yankee and other people who are related to people who are going through it.
I think everybody knows or has had some kind of experience with it in the past, and it's not a new thing, but it's new when it happens, and it's sort of like how people deal with it. There's this is only my understanding, I guess, but if you have one particular kind of cancer versus another, like one cancer that's across the body, that's one way of treating it. There's then you have a particular one that's hasn't necessarily spread. There's another way to do it, and these things change so quickly in terms of how to treat it. It's like you'd have to be a doctor to speak on it. So I guess what I'm saying is a lot of people have is experiences with it, with their own families and friends. And then I guess if it hits, you kind of all go, I don't know what to do. How do you help? Because I don't know. But the good thing is in Yankee's case, he's
Lockie's live.
He's easy to support. I think I was nervous at first. I don't know if you were, Gemma or Joe.
Yeah.
But, I didn't know how to approach it. Right.
No, this is the same because I knew about Yankee's condition, like literally about maybe 2-3 weeks ago when Joe phoned on Instagram and he said we need to have a serious talk. And I was like, okay. And then he was like, I know you've dealt with this before, and I don't know how you're going to take it. And I was just like, okay, talk to me. And then he sent me that meme and seeing Yankee's face on the video, and it kind of made me feel a bit more enlightened. I was like, oh, there he is. And I was watching it, and I'm like, okay, I don't feel as scared, worried when I first got on the phone with Joe about it. And then once me and Joe have been talking now, obviously all of us have been talking, I'm like, oh, okay, let's do something. Let's do something that's going to educate, spread the awareness, and make all 4 of us support each other. And, so that's the best thing for me to do.
I just want to say real quick, hi to Locke is live. That's Prankster Locke.
Oh, wow. Good to see you, Prankster Locke. Long time no see. Wow. Hey, how's it going? Prankster used to be support my channel years ago. I haven't seen him for years.
He's been doing a lot of everything from podcasting to live streaming, gaming. He's a young guy that when we met him, he was really like mature for his age, and we all hit it off.
Yeah, I subscribed to Pranks a Lot through your channel, John. I think you were live with him at one time, and
I'm sorry.
You were saying to get people to subscribe to him, and I'm like, who is this person? And you're like, Gemma, just do it. You'll like it. I'm like, okay. So I subscribed to him. Yeah.
Sorry. I may have given you bad advice.
I was like, okay, I'll subscribe. Sure, why not?
Well, Yankee is the one that brought Locke to my attention. And if you guys don't know, when he was younger, the way it started out with his friend Diesel, right? Is that right, Yankee? Did I have that right? Diesel? Yep. And he dressed in a giant banana costume and went into Walmart. I mean, it was crazy. And then the other one was when he would do prank calls, and he's got this great grandmother's voice, and he would say the most absurd things. And I mean, it's hilarious. And he's
Thanks
naturally
a lot. I've just given you your mod wrench back, so you've now got your mod wrench back here. So it's good to see you again. It's been a long time.
You shouldn't do that to Prankster Locke.
I trust the dude. I've known him a while, so
I think he'll be fine. I know.
Hey, Token, I'll message you. Message you afterwards. No worries.
It was all clean, fun pranks in the day. It was actually, yeah, it was pretty good. I think a lot of people who he ended up calling kind of, some people got annoyed, but some people I think they just thought it was funny.
Yeah. It was funny.
Was that?
It was funny. We did a few.
Don't listen to John. He wrote. Sorry.
What was it?
He said, "Don't listen to John." Locked it.
Thanks a lot. I would listen to John all day long. Like John's never steered me wrong in any shape or form on YouTube. He's always been pretty straight up, and the subscribers that I've gained through John before, so I would trust John.
You're probably the first person to ever say that.
Am I? How? I'm shocked. Yeah, Samantha, I try and suggest good people to follow. I hang around communities where I meet good people, and I hang around a lot in the outdoors community, the disability communities, music communities, and things like that are relevant to my channel. And I hang out in a lot of education communities as well, some teaching and stuff like that. So most of it's relatable.
Yeah.
And like Yankee, I must give Yankee credit. One of my first ever outdoor videos that I did, I don't know if Yankee remembers this, but I'm going to say it because I was watching it back the other day through my history. And it's one of the first times I'd ever gone to the supermarket since I got my autism diagnosis. And Yankee and Michael said to me, Gemma, we want you to do something that's out your comfort zone. I'm like, oh no, I didn't want to do it. At first I was very argumentative. I was like, no, not going to do it. No. And Yankee, I remember Yankee messaging me, I think it's on email, and he said, Gemma, you can do it. I believe in you. You can do it. Go and do it. Prove to the world that autism doesn't stop you. And I'm like,
yes.
Okay. And I remember taking my phone on a selfie stick with my sister around the store, and I just started filming myself walking with the trolley or the cart, pushing the trolley around the store, and I had all these noises, I had all these alarms going off. I'm like, what the hell am I doing that for? And I remember putting it up and going, oh my god, I just did my first ever YouTube video outside. And I still got that up on my channel. Like, that's one of my first ever outdoor videos. And that's because of Yankee and Michael actually going, you can do it, Gemma, go on, you prove to yourself that you can do it. And I'm like, okay, I guess. And if it wasn't for Yankee, I wouldn't have done outdoor videos. And now I vlog outside all the time. A lot of my content's outside now rather than being indoors. So like, I go to the store, I vlogged at the care home yesterday. I've done a lot more outdoor videos because of Yankee. So if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have done it.
That's awesome.
It's an interesting point that you bring up about that, Gemma, and the story. I vaguely recall that that happening when you did your first outdoor vlog. I remember that.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that. If Josie Wells remembers that too, by the way. It's interesting, and one of the interesting things for those of you who don't know Yankee is he can go from 1 to 10 on that scale of like just doing things. So if he says you can do it and it's like a 1 or a 2 or a 3, you think, well, it's not the 10 that he's at, so maybe I actually can do that.
Yeah, it took me some convincing. Like, I remember sitting here on that live stream and the Yankee's like, give me your email, Gemma. I'm like, okay. So I gave him my email address. He's like, Gemma, come on, you can do it. Like, I know it's gonna be a big thing for you. And I remember thinking, oh my God, I've got to go outside, there's noises and I remember my sister going to me, you can't chicken out, Gemma, because you've got people waiting for this video now. I remember my sister going, you've got to do it, you've got to do it. I'm like, oh no, I know, I'm not going to chicken out of it. And she goes, well, how about if I come with you? She goes, you've got no chance to get out of it. So my sister was holding the selfie stick and I was walking next to her, pushing the cart. She was in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She counted me down. She's like, I'm filming. And I literally was just talking to her like it's a normal day conversation, going, oh, I need this on the shelf. I need this. I need this. I need this. I need this. And then we got to check out. My sister's like, I'm still filming you. And I was packing my bags, putting all the items in the bags. And the lady in the checkout was like, did you just say you're filming? I went, yeah, on my phone for a YouTube video. And then she turns around and gives this big thumbs up when I'm finishing packing my bag. She goes, nice job. And then I stopped filming and I'm like, damn, I actually got the cashier in on the video. I didn't even realize she was in the background. So that was rather funny.
Awesome.
So that was good. Like, and now I look back at it and go, what the hell was I so scared of? Like, what was it such a big deal? Like, now I look at it and go, that's easy. I can do that. Not a problem. Or as I go out now, I film on the bus. And the weird looks I've got from bus drivers, Jesus. The other day, I walked on the bus, actually holding my phone and my selfie stick, walking onto the bus. This bus driver just goes like this and like looks at me when I've got my phone sticking out and my selfie stick. He goes, doing a video, are we? And I'm like, yeah. I walked on the bus, walked up the double-decker bus stairs to sit on the top deck where I knew it'd be quieter than being downstairs. And I literally sat there, having my selfie stick out the window, filming my whole bus trip home through the window.
Hi, Cement Shoes. Welcome to the stream.
Hey, Cement Shoes. Good to see you. One of my true crime buddies. Good to see you. How are you? I hope you're good.
Hey, Joe.
I do hang around in a lot of the true crime communities. I do like the true crime documentaries and stuff. I hang around with a lot of the true crime community on YouTube. Duty One and 411 Now are the main channels I follow for the true crime people, because I do a lot of good content, not just American based, but Canada and UK articles. They could treat them and do live streams and stuff. So like, I know a lot of them right now in the States. I don't know if you guys are aware, there's a guy in the UK called Philip Schofield who is being investigated for suspected grooming cases against young boys. His brother's just been convicted of 12 years of sexual assault on young boys. And now Philip Schofield, which is the other brother, is being investigated. So that's a big true crime case going on here right now.
Well, I did not expect that to come out.
So that's kind of what I've been watching on the US and UK side. There's also been another disgusting piece of garbage that passed away yesterday, who was a known groomer, and good riddance to him.
Wow. Well, I just learned what a groomer is. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a guy who died yesterday called Rolf Harris. He was a notorious worldwide TV personality. He died of neck cancer yesterday, and he did 6 years in jail, prison, for being inappropriate to young girls and young boys, and he died at his home yesterday. And he was disliked, very much so. He was very much disliked and got away with a lot too much stuff that he shouldn't have done.
That's
good
true crime stuff. Yep, good riddance to him.
But I gotta say, it just occurred to me I mean, I know you're from the UK, but you're talking about the things that are happening in the UK, and it's just it just hit me. I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier. My audience in my history buff channel, they're all from the UK
Yeah.
because I do Philomena Kunk. I don't
Hey,
know
Nisi, free handy
if you
maid.
know
Good to
who
see
she is,
you.
but she does mockumentaries, and she's I forget her name, Morgan something Morgan. She's very funny, and so the audience I have is mostly UK. Now I do point of views.
Hey, UK medic.
An American reacts to, the British this or something like that.
Yeah. Frank's Log said, do I listen to the Morbid podcast? No, I don't, but I've been told that they're a good channel, so I might have to check them out after this. I'll see what they're about.
Interesting.
Medic. Yeah.
What's UK medic?
UK medic is my good UK buddy. He's a UK what you guys call an EMT. He's a UK paramedic.
Sorry, I thought that was a
he
TV
works
show.
within the paramedic ambulance services. What you guys call an EMT, first responder. Yep. That's what I think you guys call them.
I didn't see that he commented just above, so I thought it was like a TV show called UK Medic. What's going to happen this week?
UK Medic and I are hoping to meet up at some point very soon. He doesn't live that far from me. He lives about an hour across the border from where I am, so we're hoping to meet up at some point. But he's a really good person. He does a lot of EMT ride along videos, and he shows his journey on where he's going and things like that. So he also does a lot of military aircraft videos because he likes military aircraft. Nice. So he does a lot of uploads on that. So he's a very, very interesting channel.
Sounds like a neat channel.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for keeping me on whilst you're driving, but drive slowly and take care behind the wheel, please.
I had a question for Yankee. If I could, I wanted to ask Yankee a question. A lot of times when we deal with cancer, it interferes with other plans that we had. And I was curious if there was something that you had planned, Yankee, that you are determined to get done regardless of this recent diagnosis. Like some plan you might have had down the road that you're still going to get accomplished, or are you letting this, you're going to put on the side burner? Like what are your plans for?
It's a great question. We may begin in the future to look at things that I wanted to do. But from where I stand, I just want cancer in remission. So my focus isn't about it. Could be future. You asked me that question. I may answer that well. I want to do this first.
Got it.
I think for myself. I want this cancer. And that's my focus.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think it's what we need. What I'd probably say is, I guess how I don't know how to phrase this. I think your brain.
We want that too, Yankee. We want it in remission too. Don't worry.
Yeah. The question, I guess, that I'm trying to put in my brain will work because my brain's being a dum-dum right now. How best can people like me and the community support you the appropriate way? Like what way would be easier for us to support you, not just monetarily, but obviously like personally, like what way would be easier for you?
Above all else, I believe that when people believe in things together, they can move mountains. So let's move this now.
Okay.
All come together. If nothing else, come together for the same reason.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was told that the cancer is not cured, but it is treatable.
Absolutely.
We can get it to a point to where I can live a normal life. I just always have to check my P's and Q's.
Yeah. Because obviously we want to make sure that we support you the right way, and obviously it's something that people find hard to ask, or the appropriate way of asking how to support it. And I know I'm very conscious of how to say things, and obviously try and make sure that I'm doing the best way that's in your knowledge, and trying to support you going through this. So
We put the PayPal thing in there. There was a whole side of this that I didn't understand going into it. When it comes to the financial aspect, the way they make you pay for medicines, and then the very next day tell you, yeah, that's not going to work for you. Throw them away and now buy these medicines instead. And it's been like that all along. The insurance company only paying for a portion that you may have 20 days or 30 days a month. But the insurance company's only got to for an 8-day supply. What do you do? And if it's something that you literally need because of pain, or now what do you do? You know, and I wasn't prepared for that aspect of it. When you are told stage 4 cancer, I felt like the doctors and nurses treated me with the best respect. But I feel the insurance companies felt like they didn't care about me at all. And that's the problem. There, no. It's a surprise. I assume getting medical, getting pain.
yeah, medic, I did touch on that earlier.
I assumed that was something that wasn't important. I was,
Yeah.
This isn't, yeah. This is another thing we need to look at. We need to better treat and respect people who are going through the cancer process, because it's not, as much as we focus on the label of it, we need to be offering better friendship support. We need to be offering support that's personalized to the person, rather than just treating them like they're a target. And like Yankee just said, you know, the insurance companies don't care. And it shouldn't be about, unfortunately, it's about money and targets, but it shouldn't be about that. We should be caring for the person. It should be more person-centered care, rather than money and targets and government paperwork, which it seems to be both here in the UK and across the US from what I've researched myself. It's just such a shame, because it's, you know, you're still a person, you know, including the diagnosis, you're still a human, you're still a son, you're still a father, you're still a friend, you're still a cousin, you know, you're still somebody important, and it shouldn't be about money and targets. And if we can change people's attitudes around and educate someone, then hopefully, you know, you guys will realize that you can overcome cancer. You don't have to think of it as a negative statement or a negative fear factor. And that's what I want people to know. We shouldn't have to be fearful of it. It's out there, you know, it gets talked about a lot more than what it used to. And I hope that people will take this opportunity to see what Yankee's doing. And he's here to tell his story. You know, he's here to share his knowledge and educate the rest of us. You know, I'm learning more by the day that I get to know about Yankee. You know, I've known Yankee for years now, but still I've learned a lot more than I had.
Hi.
Hi. Hey, sweets.
Wait, ready?
You gonna try to do that?
Hi ho, Silver. Away.
Oh, he's coffeeing you. Oh, that's cute. Oh.
Say hi, John. Say hi, Yankee. Hi, Gemma.
Hi.
Yo, Dick, you can do it.
Absolutely, UK medic. The health system is letting down patients. Absolutely. Hi, Teddy.
By the way, I don't know if. Oh, good. Yeah.
I must say, for strength reasons, Yankee's one of the most strongest people that I know on the YouTube community. Like, you know, he's educated so many people and given up his time to talk to people and show what real life is like for him and his tribe, and educated the world on what it's like to be part of the Lenape tribe. And I've had to learn to pronounce that properly because I suck at pronunciation.
No, you are the natives in Britain, in the UK.
You know, it's been fascinating to me to see how the differences are and get to know more about what Yankee does as a person. And he's educated my understanding a lot more than what I used to know about it, and seeing like how pretty your country is. Like American compared to the UK is far more prettier and respectful of history than the UK is. The UK does not care too much for its own history, unfortunately.
I'd say that maybe times have changed and people are becoming more aware of the history, the good and the bad, and that's probably the main thing.
Do that.
Oh.
Oh, Teddy. Samantha says to Yankee, "It's been a pleasure to meet and listen to you, Yankee. I'm sorry that I've only just met you." In the chat.
Wait. Oh, Samantha said that.
Yeah.
Yes.
She just said that in the chat to Yankee, yeah.
Well, the interesting thing I always thought about Yankee was he was never afraid to be himself. 100% authentic, even if it's a tough thing to talk about in general, he will still talk about it. He's always been himself. He's never claimed to be anyone he's not. He had what I would consider to be a very unique outlook on life, and he lives it that way. And I hope you're going to continue to be able to do that, you know, in the future. So I want you to know that I really want to see you back outside.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
One of my favorite things.
Yeah. Sorry,
I was going to say, one of my favorite things about Yankee is his transparency. You know, he puts his heart on his sleeve. It's out there. He doesn't care what people think, but at the same time, he's respectable about it. Somewhat, you know.
Somewhat. But, I like it. Yeah.
But I mean, he's always been that way. You know, I fell in love with the man when I saw his videos, and I was an honor to meet him. And you know, I knew right away he was a community leader.
I can't believe you and I haven't gone camping yet.
Oh, I know.
No. That's why I can't.
I remember Yankee when
I'm not that far.
I remember when Yankee said to me on one of his streams, when I first went over to Yankee's channel, and he put in the chat, he put at Gemma, he goes, you can call me Big Brother. And I was like, at first I was a bit taken aback. I was like, huh? And then later on his stream, I put at Yankee Big Brother ? And he put, call me brother from now on, Gemma. I was like, yep, got it. So every time I went into his chat, I was like, hi brother, how are you? And he's like, hi Gemma. I'm like, okay, that clicked with me. I was like, okay, he's my brother. Good. I'm good. I'm happy. So I was like, every time I go in, now I see him in chats, I'm like, brother, how are you? And that makes me feel super happy. Whenever I see Yankee, I'm like, that's my brother. So.
Yankie's one of those people that when there's turmoil in the community that I can see behind the scenes, because I would go to Yankee for advice and I'd be like, what's going on? There was some drama with rant jams and stuff down the road a while back. I remember going to Yankee and telling Yankee, like, what's going on? What is this? And I was so upset about it. And he kind of diffused me from it and was like, hey, everybody's doing their own thing. You know, you kind of let the dust settle and then we'll figure it out. Like, okay. That's what a leader does. A leader diffuses the chaos and lets you be able to, and doesn't put himself in a position to take anything away from anybody. And I think that Yankee has been a testament to that since I met him. And that's why he is a YouTube legend.
Oh yeah.
Credit my ancestors for that logic of defusing the problem. And then look at the problem again. There were no great mediators. Always admired that aspect of them. So everybody is worried.
Talking to family history and native history, me and my dad did a DNA test a couple of months ago. I told Joe about it. I actually found out I'm 6% American, and I was quite excited. I was like, I'm quite happy about that. I'm like, I can actually say that I'm 6% fully American. So I was like, yes. I was actually quite pleased. My dad told me. I was like, what? He goes, look at the top result, Gemma. It was like 6% American, 3% German, 71% native Northwestern European, and then like 6% Scottish or something. And I was like, yes, I've got a bit American in me.
I actually thought at first that you were going to say, I found out that I was 6% Turtle Clan Lenape.
I don't know what kind of American I am, but apparently from what the DNA test said, it said that I'm 6% American. So I was like, yes.
Not everybody would be so happy about that.
I actually said to Joe, I was like, well, that explains why I feel America's more home to me, why I feel more connected to you guys across the pond, because it's like, now I actually have a reason that I actually feel connected to it. I was like, yay. I was quite happy about that.
Yeah. Well, America is a sort of a melting pot. So when we look at our DNA, we see you guys.
Oh, yeah. It was kind of strange for me, because I was like, I didn't expect America to come up as one of the results. It's like when it came up as the top one, I was like, oh, wow. Okay. So I'm 6% American, 71% Northwestern European, 6% Scottish, and 2% Welsh.
Welsh. Well,
yeah, apparently.
Perfect. No, I'm just kidding.
I think the Welsh does come from my grand's side, because I think her stepdad or someone was from Wales somewhere, so I think that explains the Welsh connection. But yeah, I think the European one is because of my grandfather, because he served abroad for a while.
What were you gonna say, Yankee?
I was just wondering where the American came into play. If somebody from our family visited here, or if he visited there.
Oh, how the situation came about? Yeah. About your being part American?
Yeah, I didn't really understand it. My dad even told me, like, maybe a couple of months ago, he goes, we're 6% American, Gemma. I was like, yeah, what does that mean? He goes, basically, we've got genetic blood somewhere in America. I was like, well, that doesn't really help me, does it? And he was like, well, just take facts. You're 6% American. I was like, okay.
Was it Native American?
I don't know. Just said 6% American, so I don't know where, but somewhere.
Well, congratulations.
I know, right? That's why I have American connections, because I can actually say that I've actually got American blood in me, 6%. So I'm good. I'm happy with that. And UK Medic says he's actually the 5th Baron of Glentoran, which I guess is Scotland, but it's a meaningless title. It's not meaningless. You've still got Scottish connection, Medic. So I wouldn't say that's pointless, but yeah.
Oh, by the way, Gemma, I just got off the phone with the rest of the Americans. Your passport is coming. So
hey,
you're good. Yeah, you're good.
Excellent.
We'll just decide it real quick. So
UK medic
there
says
are-
he's 20% Viking, 40% Scottish, 30% English, and 10% an asshole. Medic, shut up. Shut up, medic. You're not an asshole. Quiet you.
I
You're not
wish
an
they read
asshole.
DNA like that.
He always says that. He always says something like he's an asshole or something, but he's not. He's a good guy.
Usually
Rob,
people who
medic,
call
you're not
themselves
an
assholes
asshole.
are.
He always calls himself that. He comes to my chats and he'll say something like, "Oh, I'm this, I'm this." I'm like, no. He always does that to try and get a reaction out of me. But Rob,
great.
no, you're not.
I often wonder about the authenticity of those tests. I saw a video the other day of a guy doing it on a bearded dragon, and it came back like Western European and 16% North African. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And he's like, what animal would you like us to test next? And it's like,
Hello,
are they
Mr.
really, are they just
Crispers.
giving you random information and taking your money?
Right.
Like try it on a melon, see what happens. Like,
Welcome to Mr. Crispers who's new to my channel, I think. I don't know how I ended up here, but it's very relaxing bunch and no drama. Yep, absolutely no drama here. Nope, nope, nope. Gemma does not allow drama. Nope.
Nope.
But welcome to my channel, and I hope you go and subscribe to my wonderful, amazing family on my panel over here and give them a subscribe too. They deserve some support too. So, yeah.
We're kind of like the Brady Bunch reunion right now.
it has been a while.
It has,
Yeah, it
right?
has been a while. It was your idea, Joe, so you've got to take credit for it.
Well, I only because I can't stream on my channel. So I was like,
No,
hey, Gemma,
unfortunately
let's take
not.
control of the situation. Let's do something good. I would have streamed on mine, but they took that away from us a long time ago.
What? Why?
I don't know. Probably because it's my child's channel and he was doing stupid pranks and stuff.
And yeah, trolls reported his channel, and he got two
Yeah.
he got 2 strikes on his channel.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what we did.
Kids.
YouTube sucks at that because you practically didn't do anything wrong. I've watched every video you've ever done, and I didn't see anything wrong with them. So
Well,
for YouTube to give you strikes is just stupid.
It took the wind out of J-Man's sails, and he doesn't even want to make videos anymore. That's the sad
Man,
part.
that
They're getting
sucks.
weird.
But he's focused on school now, and he's making music, so he's still doing
Oh
stuff.
yes,
and
I still need my beat from him. I still want my music.
I will let him know.
I still want to
I'm
have
still
that.
waiting on things for me too.
UK
We got
medic
the
says he
beat.
doesn't discriminate. He hates everybody. Yeah, no, you don't, Rob. Shush.
Well, I appreciate everybody coming and being a part of this and showing your
Absolutely.
support. Thank you, everybody, for coming to the stream. And I see all the love in the chat, and that's what I was hoping to see. So thank you, guys. I think
Absolutely.
Yankee needed this. I think we needed this too. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
God, yeah, I needed this. Yeah.
It was good. I had a good time.
Guys, I
So
think I'm going to wrap this up. But
delicious.
I'll keep my panel on afterwards so we can have a private chat for a bit. But guys, I want to end this. It's been nearly 2 hours, and I think we could all do the breather. So thank you everyone for coming in the
Yes.
chat, supporting Yankee. Guys, again, hit the link if you can up the top of the chat. I will link it in the description after this becomes a video. I will link it again down here. I will share it on my Twitter and on my Facebook as well. So if you guys want to connect with Yankee, I'll share all the links available down in the description. Have a great evening, everybody. Be blessed, keep safe, and we'll see you next time round. Bye, guys.